All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a different perspective of work for those of you who are interested in potentially garnering the interest of conventions and corporate events and things of that nature. So what I'm doing right now is I am on some music licensing sites, and I guess to kind of round about this, it's a place where you can find commercial music for licensing. That's a different space. So if you're, I guess at the end of the day, when we talk about copyrights and infringement and spaces like Facebook or like Twitch, and the fact that someone might come up and claim a copyright and your music might be, or your mix might be blocked or taken down from these sites, it's because they haven't gotten the right to use that music. It's no different in clubs and venues. In clubs and venues, you have to get the right to play that music. The owner has to pay a fee yearly in order to have DJs and performers come in and to broadcast their music in venues, our music in venues. The alternative to that would be to get a membership or get these songs and music off of these sites. So this is where people come and place music that may not be so popular or commercial, but is for commercial use. It's a bag. It's another way to have your music be utilized. This is where a lot of placements come from for film, for commercials, and for events of that nature. So it's not always like, you get folks who will write jingles and music houses and things of that nature. You also have these places where people can come and pull music if you get a subscription, pay per use, pro subscriptions, and of course creator subscriptions, where you can place your music, and event planners and filmmakers and things of that nature may come in order to reference and grab sources of music. So in this case, what I'm doing is I'm going through a list, which you probably can't see. You won't be able to see the list because I'm doing all this here. But I'm going through a list, and I am creating playlists or compiling files of the tone for this event. So for instance, let's go to APM music. So the tones would be here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that. I'm a one-woman production crew right now. But the tones for the events, I'm putting in files and placing these files. So like, for instance, 80s vibes would be like 80s hip hop. So somebody might think that this music is generic, right? Like, it's not so club friendly. It's not, your favorite MC, your favorite rap artist, not necessarily, but these are well produced pieces of music that could end up being placed and utilized in spaces where you won't be charged an amazing amount from the artists, from the record labels, from management companies to use. So like, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this from the mic, but. So what? I'ma shine on them, yeah, shine hard. Come through, whole crew, nobody go. Everybody with me looking like a big bag. Whole case full of bottles, that's a big tab. So again, in essence, these are MCs. These are producers. These are musicians who have licensed out their music to these licensed sites where they can potentially get their music placed on in commercial use. And it's another side to the music game. Of course, it's another side to DJing, and it definitely is another side to producing for events. And I'm so very grateful to have connected with this particular studio while I was in Atlanta before I moved here, in order to be able to do this work. So what happens, I don't know if you'll be able to see. What happens, what should happen, I guess I could turn around. What should happen, what we could talk about, this is weird, what we could talk about is one of the reasons why DJs have to play in spaces where they can get good opportunities. I happen to be DJing at Sound Table. This was, 6 years ago. I happened to be DJing at Sound Table, and the event producer just happened to be in the spot. And I was DJing, and he liked my work, and we connected there, and then he popped up in my universe online, and I guess he did the research, and he asked me to do some work with him. And that was 6 years ago. And now we have enough of a relationship where he can call me and send me the information, and I'm trained enough that he trusts me to be able to pull these vibes. In addition to commercial vibes, I don't want you to think that there aren't commercial music moments being played in these events. I definitely do want you to understand that there's another lane to DJing. There's another lane to producing. There's another lane to curating that you are that you probably want to venture into. I'm not saying you have to, but there are other lanes and there are other streams of income that can come from your endeavors as a DJ or curator or producer or a singer, songwriter, engineer. All of these spaces house people who are lovers of music, who are lovers of the craft, who are looking for other avenues in order to be able to have their music placed and utilized. There are other avenues outside of clubs and venues. Not dissing one or the other. I'm saying that there are a multitude of places where you can use your talents. And I'm grateful and blessed that I have them. And yeah, so this is my work. This is the work that I hope. This is the second year that I've done this way. I did it twice where I was actually flown out to Vegas as well as Hawaii. And I actually physically DJ'd the events as they were happening. Which one do I like better? Of course, I like both of them. I like the comfort of being at home. I like the idea of having the flexibility to be able, and of course this is pre-production, so this is work that I would be doing beforehand. So if I were to go and DJ this music in addition to the other music, if I'm booked to play on site, then I would still be needing to do this work. This is pre-production. And in line with the idea of pre-producing for these events and shows, you have to realize that what you do in your DJ sets for clubs is considered pre-production. Pre-production. So when you're sitting at your desk and you're going through the whole, oh, I'm going to play this song tonight, oh, I'm going to put this vibe with this vibe, that's a lane of compensation that may or may not happen in clubs. It may not. It may not happen. It may. That's on you, actually. It's on you. So you like, there's 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. 6 in one hand is you get these opportunities. They want you to play music that the people will like. You play the music that the people will like. The hope is that you can be creative and express your gift and your loves of music. The hope is that you'll get other opportunities that pay you better, more, different by working there. And then there's the opposite. You get bigger, better opportunities like this one. You take that information, you parlay it around, and the hope is that you generate bigger and better opportunities all around. Someone will be like, oh, I want to use you for my wedding because we heard the vibes that you created for this corporate event. Oh, we want you to play in our club because we heard that you were associated with this bigger entity. There are tons of ways that it could work, and it defies what we are seeing as one-dimensional playing fields in clubs, one-dimensional playing fields in dive bars and things of that nature. This is a whole different lane, and if you can, I think right now one of my grander thoughts is this is an amazing opportunity, and I need more of them to happen throughout. Right? I need more of these. I need more production driven opportunities. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing these videos as well. So you can see the gamut, because there's a lot more to just, oh, she's in the club. Oh, she only works at one club. Oh, he works here and he has to fly all over. He works there and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot more behind the scenes. I am challenged in a good way based on what I'm hearing of these vibes and understanding that these are lanes for producers that I have yet to even consider. And I had this opportunity before. I had an opportunity and I got nervous about it because I was like, I didn't want the music that I was creating not to be published on Spotify and TrackSource and things of that nature. But at the same time, right now I'm missing a bag that I could be getting if I created music of this nature to be housed on these sites, to be licensed for other opportunities. That's why I'm sharing this. I wanted to make sure to give you the other side, and I'm here to encourage, because somebody encouraged me, somebody gave me this opportunity, and I wanted to make sure to pass the information on to those of you who are interested. Forgive me, at some point I'll have someone film with me and it'll be a whole like nicely packaged thing. This is in the meantime and between time, Fathom DJ live and direct, working and hopefully encouraging and inspiring someone else to work as well. There you go.